Written by British author H. Rider Haggard in 1887, She, A History of Adventure, was the springboard for countless other lost civilization stories. I was aware of it in name only and had no idea the awesome and eerie story the book told. Holly, the protagonist more or less, is left with a child in a box by a dying stranger. The box contains a potsherd with a legend in many different languages. This leads Holly and his now grown adopted son Leo deep into Africa to find a civilization mentioned in the ancient texts. What follows is a sequence of exciting chapters of adventure as they brave the jungle and undertake heroic battles. Then the story takes a more mysterious turn as the land of Kor is discovered, and we finally meet She Who Must Be Obeyed, who has ruled there for thousands of years. The intrigue is sustained throughout, from the examination of the many texts on the Amonartis potsherd to the treacherous exploits in the jungle, which were doubtless given authenticity by Haggard's own experiences in Africa as a young man. Queen Aisha's presence is highly potent and unnerving, attractive and repellent. So great is her beauty that she wins the heart of Leo Vinci immediately after she has struck down his sweetheart Ustane with a single look, as Leo, it turns out, is the reincarnation of Aisha's millennia-dead lover. Many images will stick with you assuredly, such as the method of preserving the dead, an advanced and mystical medical procedure left over by the lost Kors, as well as the mountain of skeletons that was the dead race. Finally, there is the Pillar of Fire, source of immortality, but I'll spoil no other surprises. A quote I'll highlight from the book comes when Holly is about to meet She, and as fascinating as the encounters with Aisha are, the character of Holly is equally memorable. "Down, my son, down, my baboon, down to thy hands and knees we enter the presence of She, and if thou art not humble, of a surety she will blast thee where thou standest." I halted, and felt frightened. Indeed, my knees began to give way of their own mere motion, but reflection came to my aid. I am an Englishman, and why, I asked myself, should I creep into the presence of some savage woman as though I were a monkey, in fact as well as in name? I would not and could not do it. That is, unless I was absolutely sure that my life or comfort depended thereon. If once I began to creep upon my knees, I should always have to creep, which would be a patent acknowledgement of inferiority. So, fortified by an insular prejudice against kutuing that, like most of our so-called prejudices, has a good deal of common sense to recommend it, I marched in boldly. A few sequels were written. Aisha, The Return of She, holds its own set of unique wonders. She and Alan is a prequel in which Alan Quatermain of King Solomon's Mines meets Aisha, and Wisdom's Daughter, which traces her history even further back, goes to ancient Egypt. If you disregard any supercilious modern interpretations, you will find She an awe-inspiring journey, and a book which I emphatically recommend.